Once in a small town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a man named Vicktor. He was known for his gruff demeanor and fiery temper, often instilling fear in those around him. Victor's past was marred by shadows, growing up in a home where love was scarce and anger was plentiful. As he became an adult, those childhood wounds festered, manifesting in a deep-seated resentment towards women. His relationships were tumultuous, each ended in turmoil, with Vicktor lashing out at the very women who sought to love him. He would belittle them, reminding them of their inferior roles and shaming them for their aspirations. It was as if he believed that by exerting control over them, he could reclaim a sense of power that life had taken from him. However, one day a new woman moved into the neighborhood, Maya. She was vibrant, full of life, and unafraid to speak her mind. When Vicktor first encountered her at the local market, he felt an unfamiliar stir of emotions. Though he tried to push her away with cutting remarks and hostility, Maya saw through his bravado. Instead of retreating, she began to engage him with kindness, often challenging his beliefs with thoughtful conversation. Vicktor was frustrated. Why did this woman refuse to cower? Why did her laughter, despite his harsh words, echo in his mind long after their encounters? Slowly, something within him began to shift. He realized that beneath his anger lay a fear of vulnerability, of being seen and judged, just as he had been as a child. Maya's persistence began to chip away at his defenses. Rather than retaliate when he lashed out, she would respond with empathy, asking him probing questions about his past. What had made him so angry? Why did he feel the need to control others? For the first time, Vicktor found himself confronted with the very truths he had buried deep within him. Over time, Vicktor began to reflect on his actions. With every conversation with Maya, he felt an unsettling sense of clarity. He began to confront the cycle of abuse that had defined his life. Seeking help, he started attending therapy sessions, grappling with the dark corners of his past. It was a painful process, but with Maya's support, he discovered that healing was possible. Through self-reflection, Vicktor learned to reframe his understanding of women. They were not threats to be dominated, but individuals with their own dreams and desires, deserving of respect. As he continued on this path of transformation, he worked not only to better himself, but to mend the wounds he had inflicted on others. Months passed, and though the journey was fraught with challenges, Vicktor became a changed man. He used his experience to advocate against domestic abuse, sharing his story in hopes of inspiring others to seek help and change. Maya remained by his side, proud of the growth she had witnessed. Vicktor's tale became one of redemption, an illustration of how even the most broken hearts could be healed. Through understanding and compassion, he learned that love, whether given or received, was far more powerful than hatred. And while the shadows of his past would never fully disappear, they no longer defined him. Instead, they served as a reminder of the strength it took to choose a different path.